Namaskaram. Welcome back. In today's video, we are going to talk about the fourth Vedanga that is helpful for us to understand the Vedas, which is titled as Niruktam or Nirukta. Niruktam etymologically talks about the study of the root of the words. Nirukta is a crucial Vedanga dedicated to the study of etymology within the Vedic texts, derived from the Sanskrit roots ni, which means outward, and ruk, which means to explain or clarify. Nirukta seeks to elucidate the meanings and origins of words that are found in Vedas. This discipline provides an essential framework for understanding the linguistic roots, derivations, and semantic connections of the Vedic vocabulary, thereby enhancing the comprehension of the Vedic hymns, rituals, and their symbolic meanings. Niruktam involves the analysis of the etymological structure and meaning of Vedic words and phrases. It covers various aspects such as, number one, the classification of words into categories such as nouns, verbs, particles, etc. Number two, the dissection of words and word forms and structures. Number three, the identification of linguistic roots, which are called as dhatus in Sanskrit. And number four, the interpretation of compound words and expressions. Nirukta aims to provide insights into the cultural, metaphorical, and symbolic significance of the words that are used in the Vedic texts, enriching our understanding of their deep meanings. Look at these words. If any one of you have taken Sanskrit in your high school level, you would have known these. It is literally that every word, masculine, feminine, as well as a neuter gender, Punlingi, Strilingi, and Napuskallingi, are being studied with vibhakti systems into the first object, two objects, and more than two objects. So, Devah, Devau, Devah, Prathama Vibhakti. The Deva performs the action. Devam, Devau, Devan, Dvitiya Vibhakti. The action is performed on Deva. Devena, Devabhyam, Devauh. Tritiya Vibhakti, Deva is instrumental in performing the action. Devaya, Devabhyam, Devebhyah, the action performed helps or intensifies Deva, and so it is Chaturthi Vibhakti. Devat, Devabhyam, Devebhyah is the Panchami Vibhakti. The action separates or compares something from Deva. Devasya Devayoh Devanam Shashti Vibhakti. The word appearing after Deva belongs to Deva. And Deve Devayoh Deveshu. Saptami Vibhakti. Deva is the supporter or the base for the action. And the last is He Deva, He Devauh, He Devaah. The Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. The speaker of the sentence is addressing Deva. A very systematic way of representing the words with respect to number, person, and also the Vibhakti is a special feature of Sanskrit. For masculine it is different, for feminine it is different, and feminine is given with mala. Mala, male, malaha prathama, malam, male, malaha dvitiya, malaya, malabhyam, malabhihi tritiya, malaye, malabhyam, malabhyah chaturthi, malayah, malabhyam, malabhyah panchami, malayah, malayoh, malanam shashti, and malayam, malayoh, malasu saptami, he male, he male, he malah ashtami, ya sambodhana prathama vibhakti. And similarly, you find even for the Napusakalingi. The very special feature of Sanskrit is that etymology or the Niruktam is excellently developed. And there is every reason why a particular word is to be called so accordingly. Say for example, Kha. The letter Kha, which means the void or the empty space or the space of the heart. Okay. Now, when you attach another letter to it, which is called as Ga, Ga means that moves, that goes, that is in motion. Ka is empty space and Ga is motion. When you combine Ka and Ga, etymologically it has a meaning that one that moves in the space is called Khaga. Agree? From that point of view, a bird is called as a Khaga. because it moves in the space. An aeroplane is called as a khagga because it also moves in space. A kite also is called as a khagga because that also moves in space. How logically right the language is. Say for example, su in Sanskrit would mean good and du in Sanskrit would mean bad. And so when you attach su to kha, it becomes good spaces, sukha. And when you attach du with kha, it becomes dukkha, which would mean bad space. So if somebody is experiencing deep pain, suffering, he is dukkha because he is in the bad space. And somebody is experiencing pleasure, joy, happiness, he is supposed to be in sukha because he is in good spaces. How logically right the entire etymology or the words of Sanskrit are. Take another example, hridaya. Hr is an exclamation of sacred mantras. And daya would mean mercy in Sanskrit according to etymology. When you combine hridaya, a sacred place within the body which has mercy within it is called as hridaya. How logically right it is. And when you write the script of hridaya in Devanagari, hr itself, the way in which we write hr itself is supposed to tell you the shape of your heart with 4 chambers. Do you think when you say heart, it has anything to do with meaning? It has anything to do with space? It has anything to do with shape? Absolutely no. So Sanskrit is more mathematical and more etymologically evolved language when compared to all the European languages also. These are only 2 examples. All the other examples also prove the same in Sanskrit. The foundational knowledge of Nirukta is derived from the ancient treatises which are known as Nirukta Shastras, which systematically catalogue the meanings and derivations of Vedic terms. The most prominent of these texts is Nirukta by Yaskacharya. That is one of the best and the foundational texts that everyone has to read to understand the etymological meaning of each letter and each word. It is an esteemed ancient scholar and grammarian, Yaskacharya is, and the text is. Yaska's Nirukta provides a comprehensive analysis of Vedic vocabulary and offers methodological insights into the interpretation and interpreting the Vedic words by tracing their roots, that is, dhatu and derivations. Yaska's work is divided into 3 principal sections. It is called as Naigantuka. This part deals with the interpretation of archaic or obscure words in Vedas, offering explanations based on linguistic principles and ancient traditions. Naigama. Here Yaska explores the origins and meanings of common Vedic words and expressions, providing etymological insights and usage contexts. And the third is Daivata. This section focuses on the etymology of divine names and concepts within Vedic literature, exploring their religious and ritual significance. Yaska's Nirukta establishes principles and methodologies for interpreting Vedic words and phrases, which include number 1, analysis of linguistic roots. That is, identifying the dhatus or the roots of the words to understand their basic meanings. Number 2, etymological connections. Tracing the derivation and formation of words from their roots to their current forms. And number 3, semantic associations, which is exploring the symbolic and cultural significance of words within their Vedic contexts. Beyond linguistic analysis, Nirukta also delves into the philosophical and ritual dimensions of Vedic vocabulary. Yaska discusses the symbolic importance and import of words and their alignment with cosmic principles, as well as their role in Vedic rituals and sacrifices very systematically. When we talk about the significance of this text in the modern context, Nirukta plays a critical role in the interpretations and exegesis of Vedic texts. By uncovering the etymological and semantic layers of Vedic vocabulary, Nirukta offers valuable insights into the cultural, religious, and philosophical contexts of the Vedas, thereby deepening our understanding of ancient Indian civilization. Yaska's etymological methodologies and insights have had a profound influence in the study of Sanskrit language and literature, providing a foundational framework that continues to be referenced by scholars in linguistics, Indology, and the study of ancient Indian culture. Although Nirukta originated as a means to elucidate Vedic words in ancient India, its principles and techniques remain relevant in the modern scholarship as well. Researchers in Sanskrit literature, linguistics, and Indology continue to study Nirukta to decode the linguistic and cultural heritage of the Vedas and to explore the intersections between language, thought, and culture. As you could see in this wonderful letter, Om, with U talking about the deep sleep, the lower part of the U talking about the consciousness experience or the waking state. The Ukara that is given to U is in the dreaming state, the state between dreaming and waking. The Ardhachandra that you put is the Maya state, illusion and a block to the absolute state. And the Bindu that we give is the transcendental state, which is the highest state of spiritual journey. And thus Om is a complete letter, word, an expression, and the cosmic expression. So, Nirukta is a Vedanga dedicated to the etymological study of Vedic literature, focusing on the meanings, origins, and semantic nuances of Vedic words and expressions. It provides the essential analytical tool and frameworks that are needed to interpret and understand the rich linguistic and cultural heritage prescribed in the Vedas, thereby contributing to our appreciation of ancient Indian civilization and thought. Thank you very much for being a part of this video. See you in the next video. Bye for now. Namaskaram.